A dangerous weather pattern is developing right now, and this is going to bring extreme cold, heavy snowfall, and life-threatening conditions to millions of Americans over the next several days. We are looking at wind chills that could drop as low as -50 degrees across parts of the northern plains, with actual air temperatures plummeting to -30 degrees in some locations, including Minneapolis. This is the kind of cold that we rarely ever experience in the United States, and it needs to be taken very seriously. On top of that, brutal cold, multiple waves of snow are lining up ready to drop moderate to heavy snowfall across the Midwest and Ohio Valley. These classic Alberta Clippers come in quick and hit hard, which means hazardous travel conditions right in the middle of this dangerous cold spell. So, in today's forecast, we are going to break down exactly what you need to know about this extreme Arctic blast, who sees the heaviest snow over the next 48 hours, and when conditions begin to improve. Now, the big story all week long is this major Arctic outbreak that is about to send dangerous cold to a large portion of the Midwest and northern plains. And I want to begin with our temperature forecast because this is where the most significant impacts are going to be felt. Tomorrow morning, Friday, we are forecasting widespread temperatures as low as 30 to 40 degrees below average across the northern plains and Midwest. Most areas in Minnesota and Wisconsin will be sub-zero. Minneapolis will wake up to around -5 degrees, Duluth near -10, Milwaukee around 5 degrees, Green Bay near 0. Chicago will be around 10 degrees. Even Des Moines will struggle to get above 5 degrees Friday morning. Our freezing line is going to push all the way down into Oklahoma by tomorrow morning, but Sunday morning is going to be a whole lot worse. This is when the coldest air of the season settles in. Look at this. Almost everywhere in the Midwest will have temperatures anywhere from 30 to 50 degrees below average. Chicago will only be 4 degrees Sunday morning. Indianapolis around 2 degrees. Milwaukee near -5. Green Bay -10 degrees. Minneapolis will be as cold as -14 degrees. Back over in Grand Forks and Fargo, we are looking at -25 degrees. I would not be surprised if we had a couple of locations get to around -30 degrees. Even across the Northeast, pretty cold for Sunday with temperatures in the teens across much of Pennsylvania and New York. By Monday morning, that cold air is going to continue to sink further down to the south. It will push all the way towards Florida, where we could see some freezing temperatures in far northern Florida. Indianapolis will only be around 5 degrees Monday morning. Louisville near 10 degrees. Columbus around 8 degrees. Cincinnati near 7 degrees. Detroit will be around 12 degrees. This cold air is going to be relentless, and it is going to stick around through Tuesday before we finally start to see some improvement. Now, if you are wondering how cold it is going to feel outside, this includes the wind. Sunday is when the most dangerous wind chills develop. We are talking about wind chills all across the Midwest, around -30 to -50 degrees. Minneapolis wind chills near -35. Fargo could see wind chills as low as -50 degrees. This is dangerous cold. With wind chills, this low frostbite is possible in under 10 minutes of exposure on any bare skin. Chicago wind chills around -20. Milwaukee near -25. Green Bay -30 degrees. Even Indianapolis is looking at wind chills near -10 to -15 degrees Sunday morning. Please make sure on Sunday you are bundling up. Multiple layers are absolutely necessary if you have to be outside. Make sure all exposed skin is covered, check on elderly neighbors, and make sure their heating is working properly. Keep pets inside during the coldest hours. Don't be scared, be prepared. We have seen this coming for a while now, and you have got time to get everything arranged. Now, we do have quite a bit of snow coming over the next 48 hours, and this will likely be our next decent shot of snow for the next 7 days. So, let me break down the timeline on this system. Right now this afternoon, we actually have some snow falling across Michigan. This will accumulate to about 1 to 3 inches for most areas. A lot of this is just lake effect snow continuing downwind of Lake Superior and Lake Michigan. As we go into early tomorrow morning, Friday, a new piece of energy is going to be coming over the Rockies. By around Saturday morning, we will have some light to moderate snow near Des Moines all the way back into South Dakota. Generally speaking, for those areas, we are not expecting any significant accumulations with this initial wave, but as we go late into Saturday morning, that is when this band of snow is going to become a little bit more organized, and it is also going to get a bit more intense. Picture here is Saturday around noon. Look at this. Our snow will get heavier by around lunchtime back over near Springfield, Illinois, also near Indianapolis. And this is where snowfall rates around 2 inches per hour are going to be on the table. During the afternoon around 3 p.m., Saturday, that snow is going to spread all across the Ohio Valley from northeastern Missouri back into western Pennsylvania near Pittsburgh. All of Ohio will be seeing snow right around 3 p.m. on Saturday. By Saturday evening around 7 p.m., most of that snow is moving out of Indiana and Kentucky. But notice that the snow is going to continue all across parts of the Northeast, including New York City as well as Maryland. Check out how this sets up. We can actually have some pretty heavy snow Saturday evening across New York City and even back into northern Maryland and northern Delaware. This is not something that we have seen much of the last few winters. We are going to have a good shot of snow here as we go into late Saturday and early Sunday. A lot of it will be falling during the overnight hours. Now, in terms of total snowfall accumulation, we are actually going to get a decent amount of snow from this system, and this is going to go on top of what we just saw yesterday. Most areas are going to be picking up at least 2 to 4 inches of snow. That does include Des Moines, where around 2 to 3 inches is on the table. Indianapolis will probably see right around 3 to 4 inches. But here's the thing. There will be plenty of spots in southern and even central Ohio, northern Kentucky, and southern Indiana that will pick up around 5 to 7 inches of snow. I do think this is almost a little bit of an underestimate. I think we will have some areas closer to 8 to 10 inches of snow when this is all said and done. It is going to be very localized, but if you are in southern or central Indiana, that is where I think the jackpot is going to be. Columbus, Ohio is looking at around 4 to 6 inches, Cincinnati around 3 to 5 inches, Pittsburgh could see around 2 to 4 inches. Across areas like western Michigan, we will be continuing to see some lake effect snow over the next couple of days, with an additional 3 to 5 inches possible. The Appalachian Mountains likely going to see around 5 to 7 inches. Back over in the Northeast, this is an interesting area. If we do end up seeing that heavy snow, I do think a widespread 2 to 5 inches of snow is going to be on the table, and that would be all across southern New England, including New York City, where we could see around 4 inches of snow from this upcoming event. Just north of Maryland as well, back over in Pennsylvania, 3 to 5 inches of snow would be on the table. So again, decent amount of snow is on the way, especially for those in the New York City area that has hardly seen snow these last few winters. Now, let me break this down by region so you know exactly what to expect. If you are in the northern plains like North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota, this is going to be extremely dangerous cold. Saturday morning temperatures -10 to -20 degrees. Sunday morning is the worst with temperatures -15 to -30. Wind chills -40 to -50 degrees. Fargo and Grand Forks could see the coldest conditions with wind chills near -50. This is life-threatening cold. Travel Sunday is not recommended. Make sure you have emergency supplies if you must travel, including blankets, water, and food. If you are in the upper Midwest like Wisconsin and Michigan, Saturday morning lows -5 to -15 degrees. Sunday morning, -10 to -20 degrees. Wind chills -25 to -40 degrees. Milwaukee and Green Bay are going to see dangerous conditions Sunday morning. Lake effect snow continues downwind of the Great Lakes with an additional 3 to 6 inches possible through the weekend. If you are in the typical lake effect belts, this is going to create very difficult travel conditions on top of the brutal cold. If you are in the Midwest like Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, and Missouri, you have snow coming Saturday. Des Moines 2 to 3 inches, Indianapolis 3 to 4 inches. Southern Indiana could see 8 to 10 inches in some localized areas. The cold arrives Sunday with lows in the single digits wind chills near -10 to -20 degrees. Travel Saturday is going to be hazardous with the snow. Make sure you give yourself extra time and take it slow. If you are in the Ohio Valley like Ohio, Kentucky, and West Virginia, Friday night into Saturday brings moderate to heavy snow. Columbus 4 to 6 inches, Cincinnati 3 to 5 inches, northern Kentucky around 4 to 6 inches. The cold arrives Sunday with lows in the single digits, wind chills near 0 to -10 degrees. Snowfall rates Saturday afternoon could reach 2 inches per hour in some areas, which means whiteout conditions are possible. If you have travel plans, Saturday afternoon through evening, please reconsider or at least delay your travel until conditions improve. If you are in the Northeast like Pennsylvania, New York, and New England, Saturday evening into Sunday brings snow. New York City around 4 inches. Northern Maryland 2 to 4 inches. Pennsylvania 3 to 5 inches. The cold arrives Sunday with lows in the teens. Wind chills near 0 to -10 degrees. Most of the snow falls Saturday night, so Sunday morning travel could be hazardous with snow-covered roads and dangerous cold. Now, this right here is the story of our meteorological winter so far. We have had this persistent troughing in the east and ridging in the west. This has led to a very cold start to winter for millions of people in the Midwest and Great Lakes. Well, I think that this pattern is finally about to break down, and the models show this quite well. Look at this. We are going to have this big Arctic blast this weekend into early next week, and then boom, that giant ridge in the west is going to take over and move across the entire country. By Wednesday of next week, conditions are going to begin to improve across much of the United States, with above-average temperatures spreading out. We have had a lot of that warmth along the west coast over the last few days, but that is actually going to make its way over the Rockies by around Wednesday and Thursday of next week. This could actually bring some record-breaking high temperatures into the Great Plains. Areas in central Nebraska could actually be approaching 80 degrees for the first time in weeks. Get ready for quite the temperature roller coaster. We go from dangerous cold on Sunday to near record warmth by Wednesday in some areas. Once we get closer to Christmas week, I know a lot of you are asking about this time frame. Again, we are very far out, but we at least can get you an idea of what the temperatures may be like. I do think we are going to be seeing above average temperatures all along the southern tier of the country right around Christmas time. Below average temperatures are more likely if you are back up in the northern United States. This means that we could actually have a battle zone right around Christmas where snow, rain, and severe weather could all be on the table. We will have to watch that closely. It depends on a lot of different factors, and again, we are still about 13 days out from Christmas. Now, I want to remind you that we will likely see around 40 to 50 different record-breaking cold temperatures over the next few days across the Great Lakes and Ohio Valley. Monday afternoon could see record-breaking low maximum temperatures where some cities do not even make it above 10 degrees during the peak heating of the day. Beyond this weekend, I do need to mention what is happening across the Pacific Northwest. A very dangerous weather pattern is developing that is going to lead to catastrophic flooding concerns. We are talking about historic amounts of rainfall in areas like Washington and Oregon, which have already been hammered over the last 7 days from extreme rain. An atmospheric river event is expected to slam into the Pacific Northwest next week, potentially unloading over a foot of rain in some areas. This region has already experienced major river flooding, and unfortunately, the upcoming surge of moisture could push conditions from bad to worse. We are expecting a widespread 3 to 7 inches of rain all across Washington and Oregon, with some areas picking up as much as 12 inches of rain. This is very dangerous. However, if you are east of the Rockies, there is good news. There is really not a whole lot of active weather coming up over the next 7 to 10 days. When it comes to big winter storms, once we get past this weekend system, that will probably change once we get closer to Christmas, but at least for right now, things are going to be a little bit quieter to begin next week. So, to summarize, a dangerous Arctic blast will bring life-threatening cold to the Midwest and Northern Plains this weekend. Wind chills as low as negative 50 degrees are possible Sunday morning. On top of that, a winter storm will bring moderate to heavy snow Saturday, with amounts of 3 to 10 inches across the Midwest, Ohio Valley, and Northeast. Travel Saturday into Sunday morning is going to be extremely hazardous. If you have travel plans this weekend, especially Saturday afternoon through Monday morning, please reconsider or at least make sure you are fully prepared with emergency supplies. This is a dangerous combination of heavy snow followed by brutal cold. Make sure your heating is working properly. Check on elderly neighbors. Keep pets inside during the coldest hours. Bundle up with multiple layers if you must be outside. The good news is that a major pattern change is coming next week, with much warmer temperatures spreading across the country by Wednesday and Thursday. If you are excited about the warm-up coming next week, let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and I will see you in the next one.